The title of this presentation is Be Kind to Our Body's Defense System. The defense system is same as the immune system. And let's first look at the organs make up this system. And we have lymphoid organs. We divide them into primary lymphoid organs and secondary lymphoid organs. The primary lymphoid organs are thymus and bone marrow. By saying primary organ, we simply mean these are the factories that manufacture the immune cells. So thymus will make T lymphocytes. Bone marrow will make B lymphocytes. And of course, bone marrow also makes other lymphocytes, other immune cells, I should say. Then the secondary lymphoid organ are the sites where the immune cells carry out their functions. So thymus and bone marrows will be the factories making immune cells, and where on the right-hand side you can see the lymph nodes, tonsil and adenoids were the special kind of lymph nodes in our throat area. Then you have some more lymph nodes in the neck, lymph nodes under the armpit, lymph nodes again, Peyer's patch, and will be a special kind of lymph node. So we have lymph nodes in the groin and lymph nodes scattered in our body. Then the spleen is the large lymphoid organs. So as I mentioned, these are the sites where the immune cells will carry out their activity, their function. So you might say these lymph nodes are just like retail outlets, where thymus and bone marrow will be the factories. So here, the lymph nodes will be the sites where the retail outlets and distribute in different parts of our body to carry out the function of the immune cells. Now, this is a cartoon my wife made for me quite some time ago, and she's not an artist. The reason I asked her to make this is because I was asked to make a presentation for doctors at 1 p.m. on a certain day. This is right after lunch. I know everybody probably will doze or go to sleep. So I thought I would tell some joke and make some funny noise and also show some cartoon. Hopefully they will stay awake. In the video, we talk about T lymphocytes, different kinds of T lymphocytes. We also talk about B lymphocytes. Tonight, I want to introduce to you two more types of immune cells. P for phagocytes, and NK for natural killer cells. As you will see very soon, the phagocytes and natural killer cells are actually very versatile type of immune cells. Now, T cells, what can T cell do? It can attack viruses, intracellular microbes, meaning those germs love to stay inside our body tissue cells, and also cancer cells. So T cells, T lymphocytes, can attack viruses, cancer cells, and certain bacteria. How efficient are the T cells in doing so? They're not very efficient. When T cells come in contact with viruses or cancer cells, they do not attack them. They only recognize them, and they begin to make certain ammunition so that eventually they will attack them. This may take from 10 days to 2 weeks. B cells, B lymphocytes, can destroy bacteria, viruses, and parasites, but they do not do so when they first come in contact with these invasive agents. B cells, after contact with these agents, will make antibodies. Then it's an antibody eventually will attack or destroy these invasive agents. How long will it take? Again, 10 days to 2 weeks. So both T cells and B cells are very specific in destroying foreign substances, but it takes time. Now, if we look at phagocytes can destroy bacteria, viruses, parasites, and any unwanted particles in our body, such as carbon particle. And NK cells or natural killer cells can also attack viruses and cancer cells. Now, phagocytes and natural killer cells are very versatile in that when they first come in contact with these foreign agents or invasive agents, they will attack them right away, immediately, right away. So you can see that the phagocytes and natural killer cells are actually more versatile than T cells and B cells. That's why my laboratory actually devote 20-some years to study phagocytes and natural killer cells, rather to find ways we can enhance the function of these immune cells. Now you look at the slide here. I want you to look carefully and tell me there are two kinds of immune cells here that will attack both the viruses and cancer cells. Two kinds of immune cells here that will attack both the viruses and cancer cells. Do you recognize? Which one? All right, somebody already answered. T cells and NK cells. That is perfect answer. T lymphocytes and natural killer cells can attack viruses and also cancer cells. Which one is more versatile? Which one can carry out its activity sooner and faster? The answer is natural killer cells. That's why I love natural killer cells. And I just love to study natural killer cells. Now, we already mentioned the factors that suppress the immune function a little bit in the video. And I use the acronyms here, FATCAT, to represent the 6 factors that can suppress the function of the immune cells. CAT, C-A-T, for caffeine, alcohol, and tobacco. 3 legalized drugs. Then FAT, F for food. We talk about fats and sugar. And A for anxiety or stress. And T for toxicity. And here's a study showing that saturated fat can depress the function of B cell, T cell, and NK cells. Polyunsaturated fat can suppress the T cell function and also phagocyte function. And increased cholesterol can also suppress B cell, T cell, and macrophage function. Macrophage is a kind of like a special kind of phagocytes. Now, this is a very old study carried out in our laboratory quite a number of years ago, showing that glucose, these are commercially obtainable glucose, fructose, sucrose, honey, even orange juice, and we, of course, fed each of these items to the volunteers on a different day. And we take the blood from these volunteers before they ingest these sugars. And half an hour, 1 hour later, took the blood again to check out their activity, their neutrophils or their phagocytes in engulfing the bacteria. And our results show all these different kinds of sugars significantly decrease the ability of the neutrophil to engulf bacteria, to take in the bacteria, to kill the bacteria. And here's a slide showing the white blood cells before people take the sugar. The white blood cells are able to engulf many bacteria. Then after they take the sugar, half an hour later, and these white cells are not able to take as many bacteria in. Here's the artist's depiction showing when a person's blood sugar is normal, the white blood cells can engulf bacteria very, very easily. And when the blood sugar is high, the white blood cells loses its ability to engulf bacteria. Then anxiety or stress affects the immune system. Here's an interesting study on medical students testing for the natural killer cell activity before the examination and during the examination. Before the examination, and check